Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Money Hungry Mama podcast. I am so excited because I have Sophia here today. Sophia, take it away.
Hey, hi, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and for having me today. I'm very excited. I am Sophia Shinal. I am the founder of Girls Gone Mild Adventures. We
So fun.
offer alcohol-free retreats, events, and experiences for women who are soulfully curious. And we are wild at heart, mild by choice. Very
Love that.
And I should also mention, by day am an executive leadership and life coach. That's what I've been doing for the last several years. So this is my new side hustle that's very quickly taking over into my full-time hustle.
I am so excited. So, Sophia is running these retreats, and I think the first one actually just happened and it looked amazing. You definitely need to go check it out on Instagram because it was really cute. It looked like they were camping and they have hats, and it was really cute. So, Sophia, how did this idea of Girls Gone Mild come about?
Yeah, good question. Let's see. So about almost 3 years ago, I made the very important decision to stop drinking.
Wow.
As a result of that, I found myself really craving spaces where
Mm.
alcohol was not the focal point. Like, I still love to have a good time, still very wild in every aspect, except
Love
I
it.
wanted to be able to feel more comfortable and, have different conversations and different vibe. I was really craving community as well with other
Mhm.
women. And so about, I would say 6 or 8 months ago, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I just didn't, feel really ready or like, what am I doing? Am I even
Mhm.
qualified to do this? And then I just decided to go for it.
I am also obsessed with your logo. So, like, for
Really?
everybody listening that does not remember the millennial core of Girls Gone Wild, I think that this is like the coolest thing because it's like years later,
Hmm.
we're all mature now, we're all growing up, and
Yeah.
it's like, we're not going wild anymore, we're going mild.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
still wild at heart, which is
Yeah.
really cute.
And we're
Is
making
that
mild fun. Like, mild is a
yeah.
good thing, right? Like, we're still wild, but mild is the way to be.
Yeah. And to remember it.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
be in like charge of your conversations.
Exactly.
I love this so much. So tell us a little bit of what to expect on some of your retreats, your outings, things like that.
Sure. So you can expect something that's nature forward. I find
Okay.
a lot of peace and serenity in nature. That's actually one of the things when I started this new lifestyle, alcohol free, that I found very grounding. So I try to provide events and experiences that are nature forward. You can expect other like minded women who are absolutely amazing. And they, are all over the spectrum as far as, some of them still drink, some of them choose not to for health reasons or just personal reasons, and some are sober and in recovery. It's that part's like not necessarily important because that's not what it's about, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just being with other women who also want to have a great time in a beautiful environment. And I try to create an element of adventure in some regard. The
Mhm.
retreat I just hosted was a glamping retreat, but like elevated glamping, like very, very
Yep.
nice. I mean, we had, you know, smart TVs, Wi Fi, Keurigs, fridges, microwave. I mean, we were not roughing it by any stretch of the imagination. Um, but we were on the Peace River here in Florida. It was absolutely beautiful. We went canoeing down the Peace
Oh,
River.
good.
We went ATVing, which I've never done before.
Yeah.
And then I did some group workshops. I really brought like a coaching element into it,
Love
right? Because we're there to, yes, be together, experience nature, have some fun in a alcohol-free environment, but I also want to bring a level of like soulfulness into it, right? I
mhm.
don't want to talk about handbags, shoes, countertops, who's doing what in their house. I want to talk about like what's going on. How are you truly? Like, what are you
Yeah.
really craving? What do you want more of? How can we
Mhm.
support you? Um, and like for instance, this weekend I'm doing a bougie beach picnic called Gather and Glow. So mixing it up a little like from glamping to like bougie picnic. And at sunset, we're gonna have mocktails and beautiful
Love it.
charcuterie, and it's gonna be styled and gorgeous and but I'm bringing that element of soul into it. Like we're gonna get to know each other. Right
Yeah.
now I have 15 women who've signed up, which is so awesome.
Incredible.
So, yeah, you can expect soulful, adventure, fun, cool experiences with an amazing group of girls.
Yeah, I am loving everything that you're saying, especially about the soulful, right? I feel like the fact that you're digging deep and it's not countertops and those surface level
Right.
conversations. It's very much like, I want to get to know you. Like, I want you to
Mhm.
leave here feeling fulfilled in all of your needs and your ways.
Yeah.
And ATV, that's really fun.
Yes.
I saw your reel where you guys all like, that was hysterical, where you all look like you hated life.
Yeah.
And, like, every single thing you were doing was like, "No, we're not having fun." Like,
Not
"No,
having
we're
any fun
not
at all.
having fun." That was so funny.
Thank you.
That was such a great idea. Yeah, I think, in general, and I personally, me, I love the fact that you have, like, glamping and bougie and, like, all of these, like, really up-leveling experience words that just makes it like, oh, it's not just go sit on a picnic and chat. It's like a bougie picnic. There's gonna be a really nice spread for you, and it's gonna be really nice, and I think that that's really fun.
Yeah.
So, as you were building this, because 'cause you're just starting, right?
Yes, I'm
You're only
very,
what, like,
very
6 months
new.
in?
I was hesitant to join this podcast because I was like, I am a new entrepreneur. I'm a new mompreneur, right? So I don't know
Yeah.
what I can offer, but here I go anyway.
I'm so happy that you said that because I think, I've had people that have been doing it for 15 years or 20 actually, Mary. And then I have people that are like 6 months old. And I love the range of
Yeah.
all these different businesses because you're in the thick of it right
Yeah.
now. You don't have millions of followers.
Yeah.
You're just starting out. And the fact that you already have 15 people to your second event
I know.
speaks
I'm so
volumes of
grateful.
what you're doing and your marketing. So let's dive in a little bit about that.
Okay.
Starting this business, what has been your main focus with marketing?
Social media, 100%. Like I,
Yeah.
I, and by the way, I've never been like a social media person. Like I didn't even know how to make a reel until probably 3 months ago. I did not understand how it worked. I have a private personal account and would post like twice a year. So I know that a lot of this for me to get this message out, Girls Gone Mild, right? Girls Gone Mild Adventures. I knew that social media is kind of going to be key. So that's where I've been putting most of my marketing energy.
Mhm.
Being that I'm doing mostly events here in Southwest Florida for now, my intention
Yep.
is to go out of Florida and maybe do things all over the country, potentially worlds, right? Taking groups of people on trips at some
100%.
point, I mean, we could talk about that later, but I do a lot of word of mouth as well. So I've been reaching out to local businesses for sponsorships for gift bag items. So that's another thing. Whenever you come to one of the Girls Gone Mild Adventures events, you're going to leave with an amazing swag bag full of like local products, things that like I really love. So I've been going to like businesses that I personally enjoy, things that I really enjoy. People have been so generous and wonderful adding, items to give away. And that has been very helpful. Like I went into this
Yeah.
juice shop here in Naples called Pure Greens, and they have such delicious juice, just great, great vibes all around. Talked to the owner, and then he donated juices for the retreat and then asked me on their podcast that they have. So like then I got to like market to more local people here. Any of the businesses I've gone into that have been very supportive, it's been word of mouth. I have flyers that I put up around town. I don't know how helpful those have been, but really it's word of mouth and
Yeah.
yeah, social media, which I'm learning every day. Like,
Yeah. I don't think anybody ever actually knows social media. There's like a couple that I'm like, okay, like you get what you're doing.
Danielle does.
But yes. Well, shout out. Yes, Danielle definitely knows. But in general, I think, it's something that's just like always a learning curve and you're just going to have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I want to do something completely different on the podcast today with you, actually. I think it's really cool the fact that you're going into these businesses. And I think so many of us have this instant hesitation of, oh my gosh, like, what if they say no? I'm really nervous. Like, what do I say? Things like
Mhm.
that. I would like to do a role play where I am the business owner and you just ask me to donate to your swag bag.
Okay.
Okay.
Just do what I do.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So usually I've reached out to them on Instagram and said, hey, I love whatever you've got going on. Can I come in and have a conversation? Sometimes they say yes. Sometimes they don't answer at all and they ignore me, and that's cool. Okay. But I walk in and I say, "Hi, I'm Sophia. I just started this company called Girls Gone Wild Adventures." I tell them about my business. I usually have like a little flyer, and then I say, "I'm looking to partner. I love your product. So let's say Pure Greens juice. I love it. And it's really in alignment with this group of women. We are all about taking care of ourselves, wellness from the inside out. I think it would be great if we could partner in some way. If you'd like to
Mhm.
donate something, or if you'd like to donate a seat to a lucky woman out there who'd like to attend but maybe can't afford it. How do you feel about that?"
Oh my gosh. And I think, like, you guys need to watch her on YouTube. She's just a very bubbly person, like, she's smiling the whole time, she's very confident. So, if you're like, "Okay, how do I go about doing this?" I think it's something that you definitely want to watch on the YouTube too, but yeah, it's so great that couple things. So, a couple things I'm taking away from this. The first thing is she messaged them on Instagram.
Yes.
So, I think this will take away a lot of hesitation from a lot of you. If you
Mhm.
literally go and message them because I'm gonna just say, the ones that didn't answer you, did you go in?
So I went in, I think, to one company that didn't respond. Yes, I still didn't get very far. Well, I'm forgetting. But yeah, it definitely like paves the way if you get some kind of response back.
Yeah.
And you know what I've learned is I'm not afraid of the no. Like if somebody says no, they say no. Big deal. Like no hard feelings. I'm moving on. That's fine. It wasn't meant to be, right?
Yes. Oh, I got chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Like, actual chills. I love that.
Mm,
I'm not afraid of the no.
no.
I think that's, like, such a big takeaway for today, and I think that's gonna be yep, that's your takeaway from today. I love that. I'm not afraid of the no because it's so true. I feel like rejection is honestly redirection,
Mhm,
right? Like, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I honestly think when you're doing these things and you're going out there and you're putting yourself out there, first off, people are starting to know you. They're knowing your business. And they could be talking to their friends, and all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna stop drinking. Oh my gosh, I just heard of this event thing called Girls Gone Mild."
mhm,
Like, it's just those are how these little ticks and things start happening. So even if they say no,
mhm.
they could remember what you're doing and talk about it later on.
Yeah, and that's totally okay. I was actually just told no by a local business because they felt like the return on investment for donating something it is not going to work for them, and I totally respect that. And guess what? I went in and I shopped anyway in their store, and I loved it, and I got things I love. And then they suggested maybe doing a collaboration in the future for something different, which I'm still deciding if it's on brand for me because I try to do things more like nature forward and whatever, but
Mhm.
I don't take it personally. Like,
For sure.
usually in my real life, I do take things personally.
Yeah.
Sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person. But when it comes to business, I'm less sensitive of hearing the word no. Like, it's okay. I respect that. I'll
Okay.
move on.
I'm gonna need a I need to understand how you can separate the 2. Because as somebody who is, like, a very emotional person,
Yes.
and I literally will get a review or something that was said to me and that will live with me forever. I can have
Yes.
900 fabulous reviews, and that one review will be something that's like, "Oh my god." Like, how what I'm gonna, like, fester in this now. How can you separate the 2? I need your techniques here.
Well, I'm sure I would be very upset if I had a bad review. I would. Okay. All right. I would take that personally, because it's
Okay.
my business, my brand, my baby, like what I'm trying to put out there. I just mean when I'm asking someone for money or
Okay.
I'm asking a business to sponsor my business to help, market for them and me and be a value add for my guests and they say no, I don't take that personally because it's
Okay.
money. Like I get it, right? As in the same way that if someone asks me to sponsor their business and I say no, I don't want them taking it personally. It's business. Now, that's separate from like a bad experience or a bad review.
Yeah.
I haven't encountered that yet. I'm sure I will, right? We can't please
Well, don't put that out
everybody,
there. Don't put that out.
but that's different. I want to be able to give you advice with that, but
Yeah.
we just have to keep it moving in a sense of we're not going to please everybody. As long as we know
Mhm.
we're doing the absolute best that we can, that has to be enough at the end of the day, right? Like
For
we are doing the
for
best we can.
for
So,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, it's you're never gonna be everybody's cup of tea. And that is like the God's honest truth. Like some of these, so as we know, I started out with children's books first.
Yeah.
And some of the reviews that, so there's author groups that some of the reviews that people would post. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, did you even read this person's book?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that was exactly the review I'm talking about. Somebody had mistaken the whole entire point of the book and has their own narrative for it. And I just think in general, that could happen with a lot of businesses. It's like you're saying a message and doing one thing, but that doesn't always mean everybody takes it that same way, even if it's not what you intended, which I think is so funny because not everybody thinks the same. And that's why not everybody's each other's cup of tea
It's
when it comes
true.
down to it.
It's so
It is
true.
so funny. But no, I think that you're always going to get good reviews. It's
I mean,
different
I
in the
hope
book
so.
world.
Yeah.
It's opinions. A book world, it's an opinion of a book. It's opinion
Right.
of how you're taking the context. Like, all of those crazy different ways that you could take Colleen Hoover's books. And look, the world is divided. Some of them are obsessed with her and some of them can't stand her. But
Yeah.
when it comes to yours is a physical, in person. This is the actual experience. There's no different kind of takeaway. So I definitely think there's two different things. So no, I don't think you're going to get a bad review.
I mean,
I think you're. I think
people might not like the bugs outside and I might get blamed. I mean, who knows? But, I'll try to handle it with dignity and grace. I'll try to handle it like a lady.
this is good. I think you will absolutely will. And honestly, for everybody listening that wants to go to the Avenger, it is in nature and bugs come with it.
I
So
do.
please don't come if you hate bugs.
No. I mean, we didn't really have any bug issues on the retreat, which was awesome. We got very
You guys
lucky.
look like
But
you had so much
we're in
fun.
Florida, so
I know.
anyway.
You guys, my son just got a pet lizard. It's like a whole big
Like,
saga. So he just got a pet lizard and my husband was like peeking in the tank. And meanwhile, like I grew up with my dad would bring in random animals all the time. And he's like peeking in the tank and he was like, the only other lizard I've ever seen are the ones that run around in Florida.
yeah. Yeah, now they're falling out of trees because it has been so cold here
Oh
in the
no.
last 3 days that iguanas are falling from the trees, stunned, and landing on the ground. This is an actual
Oh,
Florida happening. They get
that is so sad.
warnings of falling iguanas. Yes, and it's also quite funny. I mean, it is. Like, where else in the world? Where in the world do you have to be concerned of falling iguanas?
No, that's nuts. Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, though, it's really early for it to be getting cold there.
It is.
So that's a little concerning.
We were all bundled up. It was 50 degrees here and we were in full winter parkas. Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, for anybody listening, it's only November 13th. So that's nuts that it's already that cold there.
Well, warmed up. It was just 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It's probably going to be close to 80 today.
It's going right back to the Florida love. They're going to be climbing in trees.
We
real
survived.
quick.
We survived. There's going to be t-shirts. I survived the winter of 2025 in Florida. November 10th through 11th.
That is really funny, and I think that you should absolutely make
With
those.
a falling stunned iguana on it.
Do it. For anybody that owns a t-shirt business, take that one because that's
Yeah.
hysterical. My gosh. Okay. So can you share one major side hustling or unconventional income moment from your journey that surprised you?
Not on the income front because I am not making any money yet.
I love the honesty. I love the honesty. This is what we need. This is what we need.
Well, it's true. When it comes to like money hungry, the money part is not in play yet. I'm only running my second event this weekend, so maybe
Yeah.
I kind of look at that as like, that's an added bonus. Like if I ever do make money doing this, I mean, how lucky am I to get to do something I love and make money at the same time?
I love it.
So the question is something unconventional that
surprised you.
that surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about that. Well, I don't know if this is the right answer. I think my biggest surprise is how much time and energy it takes into social media in general. It's like a total full-time job that I was not wanting or anticipating. So I don't know that that's unconventional. I don't know, but
I love that answer,
That
though.
to
Let's
me-
dive into that.
has been the most surprising part of this whole journey so far. So like I can plan an event because in my former corporate life, I ran global leadership
Wow.
training programs for C-suite executives. I did it over 12 years
Wow.
all over the world. So I can run an event, like nobody's business. Marketing and doing social media, totally, like I feel like I need almost another, like, I don't know. I need to take a class or something.
Yeah,
It's difficult. It's
it is.
unexpected how much time and energy it takes to do it. And I'm very slow at it. And I'm also a complete perfectionist. And I can't
Mhm.
just let things go. So I sit and I stew on it and I look at it from all angles and like, oh, maybe I should word it a little differently, or is the font too high on this reel? Should I put it, I mean, I like really go down a rabbit hole and it takes forever. So that's the
Yeah.
most like unexpected thing about the journey so far.
I think what I love that you just brought up is the fact that you were in corporate for so long, planning these events,
Yes.
and you loved it, but that was your lane, right?
Mhm.
They had somebody in marketing that was getting those
Yes.
events out into the world.
Yes.
They had somebody handling all those things. And I think this is a lesson for all of us that, like, as we grow and as we're doing things, I think, just listening to you talk today, maybe the first thing you hand off to somebody else is going to be the social media aspect. I think that's going to be where you start getting a lot of your time back to
Mhm.
implement things that you're doing great in.
Mhm.
So, I think it's something to note, especially when you're just starting a business, the things that you physically hate about it,
Yeah. It's
because that's going to be the first things you need to delegate.
Yeah, and I'm going to trust me. It is the
Yeah.
I if I had a dollar for every time I told my husband, like, I'm gonna hire someone as soon as I can afford it, I am, trust me. I've hired somebody to help me for like a 2-week period to help like ramp up for the retreat. And in that, I
Mhm.
learned a lot about social media in general. So it was well worth the money that I spent. But yes, I cannot wait to like have somebody take this because I want my time back. I want
Yeah.
balance in my life. It's kind of tilted the balance of things here because I am
Mhm.
spending so much time. So, yes, trust me, it's high on that list.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I honestly, like, I've gotten into such a routine in the past 6 months of, like, doing this specific one, not obviously the other one of all the years, but in this specific one, the routine is, like, I wake up before the kids wake up and my post is up. I don't care that it's 6 a.m., it got up.
Yeah,
Like, everybody
exactly.
should the algorithm should be thankful that the post happened at
Yes.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I just think that really does help me because it's not consuming me all day.
Yeah.
It's like whatever it is at this point.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And just so, like, everybody listening, the perfectionism of social media does not need to be a thing.
Mhm.
Does not need to be a thing. On TikTok, I have the most grotesque looking photo with like words on it, and it's at like 4.2 million views.
Oh
It's
my god.
it's my highest thing, and I took it as a, oh my god, I forgot to post today. 4.2 million views. And it's like I did nothing.
Yeah.
And yet here you are, like, trying to like do whatever. All of
Oh.
my extremely nice thought out ones get nothing. What is social media? Do you just want us to look like fools?
Yeah, I'm trying to embrace that, like, just kind of
Yeah.
not having it be so buttoned up, making peace with it, and then lately what I've been trying to do is just make peace with not being on a strict posting schedule because it
Yeah.
really stresses me out. So, like, if I feel the motivation or I get an idea, do it, and then I kinda need to just lay off, like,
Yeah.
don't wanna do is just be throwing stuff out there just to meet, like, a
Yeah.
quota of how many times a week, and then it's not that like
Yeah.
authentic or
Yes.
you're just kind of
Yeah.
doing it to do it. So I'm learning so much. I mean, this whole thing has just been, I learn something every day. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same exact time, like, isn't that kind of exciting?
It is. Yes, it is super
That's what
exciting. Yeah.
I think that's why I started so many because I just loved the learning process
Yeah.
of, like, figuring out how things work, and it's like, okay, like, oh, I'm gonna do an Etsy business, so, like, learning all the quirks and
Yeah.
kinks of that, and then it's like, oh, no, this time I'm gonna do DoorDash, and, like, learning all like, I don't know, I just love all the different things, but at the same exact time, a business is a business,
Mhm.
and that's why I love hearing all of what you're saying because a lot of the same things could be implemented and vice versa, right?
Mhm.
Somebody could be listening that does own an Etsy shop and be like, "Oh my gosh, like I could go into these local places and do these things." So I love just kind of sharing because it doesn't matter what it is, you can take and piecemeal what you like
Yeah.
and use it in your business.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the business is.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know you're in the beginning and it's going to be something that I know is a difficult topic. You are just starting a business.
Mhm.
How are you budgeting and paying for it? Did you like save up prior? Did you just jump in and are like, I'm going to figure this out as I'm doing it?
Yeah, I just jumped in. Funding it myself, yes, from savings. But the good news is these events are not like
Yeah.
extravagant thousands of
Yes.
people. So my
Yes.
investment has been minimal. It's not
Mhm.
life-changing money. And I have just been funding it that way. It's working. I mean,
Yeah.
now the business is kind of, running and I'm not having to pull from savings anymore. It kind of, for like my first deposit for
Mhm.
the retreat, yes, I had to use my own money, but I've made it back. And so I'm just using my own savings.
That is so see, and I love hearing things like this because there's a bunch of people that are always like, "I wanna go all in right off the bat."
Mhm,
And these are the moments that I really want you guys to hear is that savings were used in the beginning, but she has a lot of grit. Like, if
mhm.
you go to her social medias and you listen to her speaking, the grit is there that she's working hard to make this money back.
Yeah.
So I just never want that is like my mantra lately. It's like, don't think I'm saying go all in if you don't have the grit to make it go all in. Like,
Mhm,
try it for 4 to 6 months of having your job, having your security, plus doing this
mhm.
and see how far you get
Yeah.
because that's going to show you how far your business will go, as crazy as it is.
Yes, and I am still coaching. So I coach private
Yep.
clients and that helps me fund this side of my business as well. And I've already been able to
Mhm.
pay myself back for that first initial investment, which is
Amazing.
good. But I just kind of use it all, like helping like I coach clients so that I can help further fund Girls Gone Mild Adventures, and obviously to
Yeah.
give and contribute to my family. But it's a real passion project. And I'm really proud of
Oh,
myself because I've never done anything like this before.
yeah.
I've always just kind of gone the safe route in anything I've done.
Mhm.
And these last 3 years, I've given myself permission to just go for it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not playing small anymore. I'm not sitting in the corner in a safe, comfy position while I'm watching all these other people around me take risks and do big things. And I'm not doing it anymore. It didn't serve me. And I
Yeah.
have this fire inside me. I've had it since I was a little girl. But because of many different reasons, I couldn't fully go for it ever. You
Mhm.
know, I had to take a job for the money. I had to take a job for the security and the benefits. I had to do
Mhm.
this or I tried to work my way up in the corporate ladder, but they wanted me in this one little position that I was so good at and I had so much more to offer. But so now I'm like, no. I'm not doing anything again. I've done it for a long time. I've worked very, 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 very hard I've been working since I was 14.
Yeah.
And I am just giving myself permission. Like it's go big or go home at this point. I also don't have crazy expectations.
Mhm.
I'm unattached. I'm actually quite unattached. I am curious. I'm open. Let's see what happens. Let's see where this goes. I'm going to
Mhm.
give it everything I possibly can. Let's see what's going to happen. Well, the
Yeah.
worst thing is that nobody comes to my events.
Yeah.
And then I'll know there's not a demand for this right now, or maybe I'm
Yeah.
not in a position to do what I need to do to really get this business thriving. But the best thing that could happen is I have incredible experiences with incredible women and have some sort of impact. And I can rest on that, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my, so many chills and everything that you
Yeah.
just said. Like, I love this. I'm no longer doing it for other people. And, you worked since you were 14, you climbed that corporate ladder, but then they stopped you because you were so good at event planning. So they didn't want you to move. And it's like,
Mhm.
I did what life told me I was supposed to do.
Mhm.
And now I'm going to ride it out doing what I want to
That's
do.
exactly right.
And oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is like I feel like that is such a similar feeling for myself. I was in
Mhm.
corporate, but like it's everything you're saying, working from when you're 14. And it's so funny. I literally just said to my husband this week, I was like, I'm tired of working for other people. Like,
Yeah.
does that make sense? Like, it's just like I'm tired of doing it for everybody else when it's like I have so much grit and heart and wanting to make things succeed. Oh my gosh, everything you said just like spoke volumes.
Aw,
I loved it.
thank
It was
you.
so great.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Are you kidding me? That was incredible. That was such like a pep talk. And I feel like I hope somebody listening is like, yes,
Mm.
yes. Like that's exactly how I was thinking the whole entire time that you were speaking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. What would you say to a mom who is really just kind of stuck in that hump of business? In the beginning business, the trenches of will this work? Will this not work? What would you tell her?
I would say keep going, girl. Keep going. Oh, I have doubts all the time too. I have two little kids
Mhm.
10 and 7. I'm a stepmom of a 24 and 25-year-old, and they're thriving and living their best lives. And I'm so happy and proud of them. I get it. It's hard. The negative self-talk, those limiting beliefs really get very loud. This is something I coach my clients on all the time. I call them
Mhm.
saboteurs, which are very loud voices in our heads. They get louder and meaner and more persistent when times are rough, when we're going through
Mhm.
something challenging, when we are leaving the safe shore of comfortability and going
Mhm.
into uncharted waters that's choppy and scary with this faith and belief that something better is out there, those voices get very loud. And I hear it. Like, I hear them all the time, even at my retreat on day 2. I was like consumed with saboteurs. Like, who do you think you are? What are you even doing? What do you even have to offer
Wha
these women? I couldn't believe it, but then I knew what was happening, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is normal. This is what happens when you take a risk. This is what happens when you put yourself out there and you're vulnerable and you try something new.
Yeah.
And I told myself, keep going, keep
Yeah.
going. Like, they're full of shit. Excuse my
Yeah.
French. They are full of it, and keep going. Like, trust in yourself. And so, for anybody new who's in it, just listen to that intuition. I'm a big gut instinct believer. Like, I truly
Mhm.
feel your instinct will not lead you astray. So, if you can get kind of really close to that voice, then just keep going. If you have the vision, it's not going to be easy. On my hard days, I know,
Mhm.
okay, this is part of it. This is the challenge. This is the rub, right? And you just do it anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of jumping off a cliff and just trusting. You got to trust. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't get this far just to fail or to just,
Yeah.
whatever. We're here now. Just do the best we can. Keep going.
Yeah. And, for everybody listening, we have this incredible coach in front of us too. And that just reminded me that you are a coach with everything that you were saying. When your mind starts telling you those things, is there any like breathing exercises that you recommend or something where somebody can kind of ground themselves back?
Yeah, there's a lot of different techniques. I studied the positive intelligence. Um, it's like a positive intelligence method, or I don't know quite how to describe it, what the proper term is, but it has a lot to do with identifying those saboteurs. There's like an online assessment. I'm happy to send the link out. Like, it's
Yeah, for
free
sure.
and helps people identify those top. The person who did it actually he went through he was the CEO of the coaching school that I went to. I went to CTI, Coaching Training Institute, which is awesome. It's the coactive coaching model. I got certified
Oh.
and went through their whole program after I left corporate a couple years ago. Well, it's been almost 3 years now.
Wow.
Anyway, his name's Shazad, and it's this incredible, what am I trying to say? Like, methodology? I don't know.
Mhm.
So he's identified them into 7 different saboteurs. So we all have the judge saboteur, all of us. We judge ourselves harshly, we judge others harshly. But then there are other categories that are typical. Now, everybody's different, right? Not everybody has the
Mhm.
same limiting self beliefs, but
Yeah.
usually it gets categorized in hypervigilance, which is almost like, perfectionism, controlling, which is my big one. I'm a big controller.
Mhm.
Hyperachievement. Hyperachievement is like the perfectionist. Hypervigilance is more like anxiety.
Mhm.
Anyway, so what happens when those show up? There's many different ones, and that's a whole nother conversation. You identify it. So the first way to really address anything is to identify it. Right? That's the first step.
Wow.
So, okay, for me, when I get really stressed around my family or the kids, or, I'm in a mood, I call it the drill sergeant. My drill sergeant comes out.
Okay.
Mama ain't playing. Mama is barking orders. Mom is being very controlling. I'm being hyper vigilant and I'm not letting up. And I identify it now. And I go, okay, drill sergeant is in the building. And I just take some deep breaths.
Love it.
There she is. You're stressed, you're tired. Identifying helps. And then you can feel your fingertips. You can
Okay.
focus on a feeling of rubbing your fingers together. What really works for me, which I do all day every day, and I tell my clients this all the time, because I work with moms, women,
Mhm.
whether they're stay-at-home moms or CEO level, who are all
Yeah.
struggling with balance in their lives and overwhelm. And what I do, what works for me, set the tone, start your day in like prayer and meditation. I'm very spiritual, not religious, but very
Mhm.
spiritual. I start my day in prayer and meditation if I can. If my kids aren't
Yeah.
screaming and losing their minds and I can take
Yeah.
10 minutes with my coffee. So, like, to kind of center myself that way. But throughout the day, I take big, deep, juicy breaths. I remind myself to get back in the moment, that those voices aren't real. Everything is
Yeah.
going to be okay. And I make conscious contact with whatever is out there. I call it God for all intents and
Yep.
purposes,
Me
not like
too.
that,
Yeah.
man on a cloud punishing whatever, but like just the all knowing whatever is out there, right? And I make contact and I just kind of ground myself. And God, it helps all day, every day.
My gosh. I'm, like, blown away right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I know exactly what you are going to do on the mompreneur table. You are doing this. You are going
Oh,
to
Emma?
teach us. Yes,
Okay.
you are.
I'll
This is
do
what you're doing.
I'll teach.
So, for everybody listening, Sophia is in the mompreneur table, and literally just last night, I was like, "Guys, let me know something that you wanna workshop," and this is your workshop.
Oh, we should do a saboteur workshop and have everyone
Yes!
do their saboteurs, and then I'll do a mini workshop. Okay.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Sign me up. Okay.
Yep,
Yes.
you are going
Great.
to yeah, we'll talk about it, maybe either January or February, it's yours.
Perfect.
I'm so excited. I'm like, "Do you see me? I look like a puppy." I'm like, "What? Tell me more. Tell me how to fix this." I am literally in awe of learning all these things, and, gosh, like, chills all day. You are
Oh, thank you.
incredible.
Oh,
I hope you
thank
know
you.
that.
I really appreciate that. So anyway, that's
Mhm.
the kind of stuff. Thank you. That is the kind of stuff that I like taught at the retreat. So at the
Yeah,
retreat,
love
I
it.
did a full saboteur, workshop around it and
Wow.
like helping with the overwhelm and the balance and the, trying to stay grounded. So that's an
Yeah,
example of like small, I try to keep it in snippets, like little things I can bring. What gift am I bringing to the
100%.
women who've signed up for my experiences, right? So I try to leave
Yeah.
them with something that they can take with them. That's not
No, oh
just
my
a
gosh.
fantastic goodie bag.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Amazing. Sophia, I cannot wait for this workshop. I literally cannot wait. I'm literally like on pins and needles. I'm like, you're doing it the second the next one is happening because I need this.
Cool.
So, what does being a money hungry mama mean to you?
So being a money hungry mama to me means being a total badass. So what I mean by that is a mom who knows there's more for her,
Hmm.
who's going to make it happen, even at the craziest time of her life, which is bringing up children.
Hmm.
They are, so when I think about Money Hungry Mama, I think of community, which I
Hmm.
love. I love women
Yeah,
coming together in support of each other. There is nothing more powerful and beautiful and healing than women coming together in support of each
100%.
other. And when I think of Money Hungry Mama, that's what I think of. I think of a woman who is seeking community, support, inspiration, and challenge, like to be their absolute best self, to keep going when it gets rough, who has a vision, who has purpose, and who's going to make it happen. Money Hungry Mamas make it happen, baby.
Yes, we do. My gosh. Oh my gosh. It has been incredible. I probably could sit here literally for hours with you.
Aw, thank you.
I am so thankful that you came. Where can everybody support you?
Aw, thank you. So follow us on Instagram at Girls Gone Mild Adventures. We are on Facebook and our website is girlsgonemildadventures.com. And feel free to reach out to me personally. Anybody have questions, anyone interested in one-on-one coaching for themselves or their business, or of course, come check out our events and we'd love to have you.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.